The bombs may be stopping, but before today's march had even started, tensions the war has stoked back here in Britain rose to the surface.
I stand with Britain's Jews and I'm being arrested, right?
Especially after what happened in Manchester. The Palestine solidarity marches are, say some British Jews, intimidating.
This is what we've got to stop on our streets, the rising anti-Semitism, because this is what it leads to.
Right.
Jewish people dead on the streets.
So how do we resolve this then if people who are concerned about Palestinians and the situation in Gaza, should they not be allowed to march? If you're allowed to do this, then they should be allowed to do that, surely.
No, well, we wouldn't
what's the difference?
We wouldn't be here if this wasn't happening.
But it's their democratic right to do so.
Not to shout hate.
What's going on, madam? What's your poster?
It says we stand with Jews.
Right. And,
what is wrong with British people standing with Jews?
We saw at least 2 counter-protesters arrested for breaching public order restrictions.
What do you make of the British Jews that we saw saying this is a hate march?
I mean, it's quite clearly not a hate march, but I suppose you're always going to get people against any sort of movement.
There is an apparent end looming to 2 years of unimaginable violence, but the issues that created that in the first place, they haven't gone away, and it continues to bring people out onto the streets in their thousands.
A quote, "Free Palestine" has support from some in the Jewish Orthodox community too, but it isn't something the peace deal is about to either define or deliver.
What is the long-term change that you want to see?
Long-term change, a proper two-state solution with the international community holding Israel responsible.
Right, and what about what Israel would say that Hamas definitely needs to be completely dissolved?
Yeah, so Hamas should be dissolved, but it's hard to kind of, because of urban warfare and stuff, I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but we need to see an independent Palestinian government with the two-state solution, and that they can be, not all the time oppressed by Israel.
We need to recognize, as Amnesty International have said repeatedly, what an occupation and illegal apartheid is. Change is possible. A future of shared humanity is possible. But first, we must recognize an occupation, an apartheid, and a genocide.
Of course, apartheid and genocide are descriptions Israel rejects. At today's official counter-demo, the two sides were kept well apart. The pro-Israel protesters playing "Another One Bites the Dust" as they celebrated the deaths of several Hamas leaders.